Hey, 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 welcome, welcome. It's Friday Reads Live. It's Dee Dee, and I'm back from Brown Girls Reading. Today, as always, every Friday we talk about the books we're reading. Today, Friday, this weekend, and sometimes into the following week. I see there's one person watching. Welcome. There's nobody in the chat for the moment, but hopefully people will show up. Um, if you are watching, do not hesitate. Come into the chat and tell us what you're reading because we like hearing what everybody's reading. We like, making the comments and stuff like that. Hello, Tracy. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, girl. How has this week been for you? Me personally, the week has flown by. Um, it's crazy. This year has started like a bullet out of the thing. I mean, it's just crazy how fast the days are going by. I can't believe it. Um, but yeah, happy Friday to you too. I'll wait and see if anybody else comes. I see there's a few more people have coming in. Don't feel ashamed about coming into the chat and telling us what you're reading. It's great for the conversation. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm reading. I'm still reading the same things, unfortunately. So I'm continuing on with Palace Walk, Naguib Mahfouz. I have just like the last quarter of it to read. And I'm reading Queen of Exiles, and this one, I don't know, I'm somewhere like one quarter of the way in, but I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm probably gonna get like try to read to the middle of it this evening. But I'm enjoying this a lot because this is interesting um, historical fiction about this queen, the last queen of Haiti. Very, very interesting. And it's my first Vanessa Riley because I've never read Vanessa Riley before. And yeah, so this is for the Read Solo Book Club, and we're going to be discussing this on Sunday. So that's what your girl is finishing off the month with Vanessa Riley and Naguib Mahfouz. So two very different types of books, but I like it like that. I like it when I can get my books separate because then I can just read more books at the same time. So yeah, so that's it. So let's see. Oh, we have Birdie in the chat. Hello, happy Friday. Birdie says she's reading a short story collection that's horror that's based in her hometown. It's called Now. Now You Owe Me. Ooh, Jesus, that sounds serious. She says she's also starting a reread of Winnie the Pooh just because Happy Friday. Okay, that sounds good to me. Um, Tracy says she's just trying to stay away from the news. Girl, when I woke up this morning, I saw they had arrested Don Lemon. I was like, now this is some mess right here. This is some mess right here. But they're gonna do what they're gonna do. That's how it is. That's what we're going through now. It's true. We should take some mental health breaks from all that because it's a lot. It really is. It's a lot going on, and hard to believe some of it that's going on, but then not really. This is it. The U.S. is right in it. So other than that, we're gonna talk about positive things. So for this week, I've been trying to do videos pretty regularly. So my days are kind of gonna be it's Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. That's how I'm trying to do the videos. So you probably saw my last video, which was I don't usually do videos like that, but this person had tagged me. Um, Somebody that I watch, her videos. Her channel is Always Be Reading, and she tagged me, and so I did that tag. Like I said, I don't usually do that, but I looked at it and I said, oh, maybe I'll do this because I have some opinions as well on these things. So I did that video, but I didn't do another. I should have done another video this week, but I just didn't have time. It's just crazy over here. Um, so if you didn't catch it, go and watch it. It's good. It's called Ryan Has Reading Rules. Okay. Hello, DL. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. So DL says she's reading a YA thriller. Okay. I don't wish you well. Okay. Categoric. And I'm to start another called Nobody Heard a Thing and probably squeeze a Carmen Lee romance in there. Yeah, you might need to lighten it up with a little bit of romance because those kind of sound, it sounds like people gonna be, heads gonna be falling in those two books. But it sounds interesting. Okay, Tracy said yes, the headliners are BS too because they're talking about he attended a protest. He was reporting about a protest. I know. You know they're gonna say that because we probably get better news out of Don Lemon than out of the regular news, okay, at this point. Um DL said I can't deal, so I decide to amplify people who are my eloquent and read. Go more eloquent and read. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hello, Curtis. Happy Friday. How are you? What are you reading? Bertie said, your last video, I love your reaction to some of the comments from the way that guy thinks. I was cracking up. Look, I don't know this dude. Like I said, I don't, somebody said, you must not know him. I said, nope, don't know him. I was like, no, I don't know him. Somebody tagged me in this shit. So now I'm in it, y'all. I'm in the shit, because I said my opinion. But like, it is. Those are my opinions. Um, let's see. Bertie said, with this crazy weather, I haven't filmed in like 2 weeks because we keep on having power go. Oh, that's terrible. Power going in and out. Damn. Tracy said that rules video was hilarious. I love your response. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like at this point in time, if somebody is reading a book, we that's a win for me. I'm gonna take it, okay? Because like most people are reading shit. Like they're not even reading, you know, they're not even reading a magazine. They're not even reading a newspaper. Or they're reading nada, nothing. Okay, so if somebody reading something, it's a win for me, man. I'm like, yeah, you got that. You reading something. So I mean, to make all of these rules, I don't know why. If it's to make um the way he wants people to perceive him to be highly intellectual or something like that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like we don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like I'm just happy people are reading. Point. Happy people are reading. Um, let's see. Tracy. Oh, Tracy said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much, Tracy, for that. And thank you for anybody who hypes it and gives me a tip. I really that as well. Thank you. Um, let's see. Raymond said, "Hi, Dee Dee and all. I'm reading This Is My Century by Margaret Walker. It's a poetry. Now, I did not know she was writing poetry as well. I got to check that out. And Black Moses by Caleb Gale. Black Moses by Caleb Gale. Why does it sound familiar? I have to look that up. That sounds great. I did not know Margaret Walker wrote poetry. Wow, okay. Let's see. Brady said some of the things he was saying, I was like, pretentious much. Yeah, very much so. Um, Curtis said, I am still reading Winch. I bet you are, because Winch is like, whew, you're gonna need a breather on that one a couple times. By Dolan Perkins Valdez, and Worse Than Slavery, Parchment Farm, and the Ordeal of Jim Crow Justice. Ooh, Jesus, that sounds heavy. David M. Hoshinsky, a nonfiction book. Okay, very, very, very interesting. Two interesting books to be reading at the same time. Um, Tracy said, if someone reads one book, that's a win. That's what I say too. It's a win. Like, look, because ain't nobody reading nothing. Like we're reading stuff because we're in the book community. And we're all diehard readers and have diehard readers for a long time. But bruh, like a lot of people aren't reading anything. They're just not. Um, let's see. Hello, Billy. Happy Friday. How are you, Billy? Tell us what you're reading, girl. How has your week been? Tracy said we read a whole gamut of books, but if someone doesn't read as much, no shaming. No, no shaming at all. It's just that as a society, I'm talking about particularly in the U.S., that the average person reads nothing in the year, practically. And so we're talking about maybe 54% of the population reads nothing. That is problematic as a whole, for our country and its lack of, even trying to have some kind of intellect going on. Um, so that's why when somebody does read something, the last thing you want to do is place them under 30 some odd different bogus rules talking about this is the way you need to do it, like this is the only way. No, you need to encourage people to read it as much as possible and be happy when they do. That's all I gotta say, just be happy when they do read something. Billy said, I just finished VDL White's Never List, and I had a time. She said, tens across the board. Okay, so she loved that one. Hello, Alicia. How are you? Happy Friday. Hello, Rosa. How are you? Happy Friday, girl. What are you reading? Sharon, happy Friday to you. Good morning. It's actually good evening here, but whatever. She said, I finished The Attic Child Excellent. Current read All the Lonely People by Mike Gale. Now, I've heard a lot of people say good things about that book, All the Lonely People. Billy said, I started Wrapped in Rainbows yesterday. Okay. Tracy said, yes, a whole, it's sad. Yeah. As a whole, it's sad. It is sad, meaning the fact that a lot of people don't read. Billy said, we're still trapped in an ice cube here in Tennessee. It's so cold. Oh, damn. I hope you're not losing power. That's, because that's when it starts getting ugly, is when you're missing the power. You can't go out and hope you have enough food. I hope you got enough water, and that you're not losing power, girl. Raymond said to Billy, I hope you enjoy it to the book about the book. DL said, a big old kiss. Thanks for liking her book. And Tracy said, Wrapped in Rainbows is so good. Rest in peace, Valerie Boyd. Yeah. Curtis said to Sharon, I love The Addict Child by Lola J. Sorry. As well. I also read All the Lonely People by Mike Gale a while back. I enjoyed that as well. How are you enjoying that one so far? Okay, yeah, because a lot of people talked about that book. And I think it seemed like everywhere I turned around, I saw somebody talking about it last year, I think it was. So, for the people that just came in, what am I reading? I am reading Queen of Exile. I'm trying to get towards the middle of the book. Quite enjoying this one. It's about the last queen of Haiti. And I am finishing up Palace Walk by Naguib Mahfouz, which is the first book in the trilogy Palace Walk. So those are the last two books that I'm going to be reading this month. So that's that. Okay, let's see. Billy says, I still have power and food. Well, thank you, Jesus. And I'm grateful. The roads are clear so we can move around. More snow and cold weather is coming this weekend. That sucks. I mean, that really sucks. Wow, 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 wow. What is going on? Mother Nature is not giving us a break. Tracy said, All the Lonely People was something else. It was beautifully written and so sad. That's what everybody says. It's a really good book. And then Billy said thank you to Raymond and enjoying it so far. So, with that being said, so February's coming, read so lit. And I'm gonna be doing some videos, which is like spotlighting some Black authors that I really, really like, spotlighting some of the books I've read by them and some of the books I still need to read by them. So I'm going to try to spotlight one as for as many days as I can. 28 is not that many days, but still, I'm gonna try to spotlight as many as I can. I'm also gonna be doing some lives. I'm gonna have Raymond on the 13th of February for that Friday reads, and Raymond and I are gonna be hashing it up over biographies and nonfictions. So don't miss that Friday reads. That's the 13th of February. And then I'm going to be doing a live with Michael and Tatiana. We're going to be talking about our five fave books from Read So Lit read alongs and our worst or our least favorite. So you might want to check that out. It's going to be, I think it's going to be on a Saturday night, possibly the 14th, I think it is. But I'll get back to you with that date for sure. So those are some of the things we'll be doing, and there'll be things going on over on the blog as well. So yeah, just you'll know. I'll let you know somewhere, either here on the community page, but just keep the bell on, and that way you can see the videos when they pop up. All right, so that's read so lit in the bag. That's what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. This person is Adrienne Garcia says, "Good evening, Didi from Minneapolis. I'm going to start August Blue. Oh, August Blue by Deborah Levy. Okay, very nice. Welcome, welcome, Adrienne. I hope all is well for you there in Minneapolis. I know how difficult it is at the moment, and I hope it's going to get better, girl. I hope it's going to get better." Um, Rosa says she's currently finishing up Jane Crow, The Life of Polly Murray, a fantastic read. She said she learned so much about her life she lived through. She will finish the last two. Well, that's perfect, right on time. Bertie said we're supposed to get on the east side of Tennessee like 10 to 12 inches of snow over the next 24 hours. It hasn't even completely melted from the first one. That's crazy. Wow, wow, wow. And I think there's going to be a little bit the same here. It's not going to be probably as bad as it is in the States, but there's going to be some kind of Arctic um, cold, shifting through part of the northern part of France. I think it's this weekend. I'm not totally positive of the dates, but I think it's this weekend. Um, Sharon said the Curtis Attic Child was amazing. I just started my Gale book, so I hope it's another good book. Hello, Margaret. Happy Friday. Good morning on the West Coast. What are you reading? Billy said she has Jane Crow on her list and can't wait to read it. Tracy said to Rosa, you could check out Song in a Weary Throat by Polly Murray. Okay. Hello, Curly Q. You made it, girl. Happy Friday. How are you and what are you reading? Margaret said, I saw pictures of the frozen trees in Nashville and no power. I feel for y'all. Yeah, I mean, some of these videos and pictures are just wild to me. Totally wild. Well, cars completely encased in ice, like inches of ice. This is crazy. Raymond said, glad you enjoyed Jane Crow. I also recommend Polly's poetry, Dark Testament. 5 stars. There you go. The recs are coming in, y'all. Get your paper and pen. Um, Rosa says, Murray was a genius and unsung hero. Jane Crow is going to be a 4.5 stars. Well, that sounds great. Margaret said, putting Jane Crow on my wish list. Birdie said, Dee Dee wasn't. you who recommended to me the Alexandria. Yes, I did recommend it. It's not something I have read yet, but it's something that is on my series list to read. Like, I should probably do a video on that because I know I have some series that I want to read. But the two I think of the most is the Lawrence Durrell Quartet. I think of that one, wanting to read that one all the time. And I think about the Lonesome Dove Quartet as well. That's another one I would like to read. I don't own the Lawrence Durrell Quartet, but I do own the Lonesome Dove Quartet. Let's see. Bertie said the icicles on the power lines is what scares me the most. Yeah, oof, yeah, that's rough. Rosa said learning how the lawyers work and think was fascinating. Probably going to be a 5 stars. Okay. Raymond said to Rosa also, I don't know if you have watched it, but check out the documentary. My name is Polly Murray. The author of Jane Crow is featured in it. Okay, well, that's really good to know too. Curly Q says hoping to finish James by Saturday. I hope you're liking it because I mean James. Awesome. Margaret said reading a really good science book about how the ocean works called The Blue Machine by Helen. Okay, I'm not sure about the pronunciation. Is it Sersky? Good climathon read. Okay. Billy said, yeah, we're going through it in Tennessee. Trees are down because of the ice, which leads to loss of electricity. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Some people have been without electricity for a week now. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that it stops fucking snowing. Oh my God. And stops this ice. Margaret said Sersky is very good at talking my language metaphors. Oh, okay. Hello, Kim, the crafty nomad. Welcome. She says, good morning from the West Coast. Currently reading James by Percival Everett. Amazing, but so hard emotionally. Yeah, it's he did a brilliant job, James. I just don't know what to say. That was a great, and I'm going to be rereading James. When am I rereading it? It's in May. I think I'm going to be rereading it with my Normandy book club. Brady said, if you want to buddy read it, let me know. I just found a copy in my used bookstore last week. Lonesome Dove is on my list as well this year. And I also have Comanche Moon. Oh, okay. All right. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Billy said homes have been damaged due to frozen pipes. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I feel like that's something that, like if you're a homeowner, you should just have those pipes permanently wrapped. Then that way you don't have to worry about it. But you still gotta make the drip drip. And I think that's what people forget. They forget to do the drip drip. And then it just be a problem after that. Rosa said, thanks everyone for the Polly Murray suggestions. Curly Q said, I'm about page 151 and still waiting to have the feels, but I'm trusting the process and determined to finish. I feel like you should. Trust the process, girl. It's good. Tracy said, you're welcome to Rosa. Curly Q said, stop the snow and ice for sure. Margaret said, ditto. She's got her finger like this. Because that's too much. I mean, it's crazy. That's way too much. But yeah, I mean, we're at that period, but damn, I mean, this is the middle of winter, but damn, it feels terrible. It's too much. It just seems like everything, but it's true. You know that this is the year of the fire horse, if you follow Chinese astrology, which is a year that it's a year of transformation. The fire horse is transformation, change. So sometimes it can feel intense. And that's what I'm afraid of this year because for me personally, it's already started pretty intense. And so I'm thinking, whoo, slow down, okay? Because it's kind of intense. There's just a lot going on to say that it's only January. Well, we're January 30th, and we got here really. It feels like we got here really quickly, but the intensity of everything is overwhelming. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, I'm trying to moderate my news watching because I just, with everything that's coming out, none of it is good. It just seems to get worse and worse. So there's only so much of that I can cope with mentally, plus all the things that are going on in my family and stuff. So I just, I gotta take it easy, take it real easy. Even my reading this month flinched because of everything that I was being bombarded with this month. So I just, we gonna put the brakes on. We gonna try to get it together. Yeah, we're gonna try to get it together. Um, let's see. Margaret said I made a Minnesota state flag for my big window. Not many people can see it, but hopefully it reaches someone who needs it. Yeah. It's been 84 years. Bertie said, I've been reading a lot of cozy murder mysteries lately because I need brain candy. Yeah, I can see that. Curly Q said, you ain't lying, Tracy. Because, yeah, you got to take it easy. And, I mean, I feel like um, reading is a slight escape, but like I say, slight. I really mean slight at this point because it's like always in the back of your mind kind of thing. It's not something you can literally, shut off like that so easily. Curly the Q said, as the years go on, January just stays more and more and my more. Um, Tracy said the Curly Q sad but true. Yeah. So that's about it. Maybe we could talk about, have you guys got anything particular that you want to read next month, February, Black History Month? Are you going to be more um, nonfiction, or are you going to privilege reading Black American writers, which is what Read So Lit is all about? What are you planning on reading next month? I'm curious. Oh yeah. Bertie said, I always feel like January feels like it's a year and a half long. Well, it does. It felt like that for me. I mean, it really did. Hey, Amalola, how are you? Happy Friday, girl. What are you reading? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Because I'm really happy about it being the year of the horse because I'm a horse, but it's the fire horse. So you got to proceed cautiously because you don't want shit to get away from you. Because this transformation thing it's a thing. So you don't want shit to get away from you. You really don't. So I'm proceeding cautiously, but I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive. I'm always say I wake up in the morning and say today is going to be calm, and I say it about 3 times before I roll my ass out of bed. That's I'm doing. That's what the monks have been walking across the states. That's what they say. Is today is going to be calm, and look. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Um, let's see. Readers Gotta Read says reading Beast of War by Gray and The Murder List by Matheson. Okay. Oh, I'm Melissa. She was stuck in a meeting. Yeah, them damn meetings on Friday, huh? Kay said, I'm currently reading Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry for book club. I need to read that because I haven't read that one yet. Um, Embodiable says that they are reading Anna Karenina. Have not read that one yet, but it's on my to be read list. Margaret says, I can't post links, but I've got videos with links. Wait, I've got videos with links to the spreadsheet if you want to discover some new Black author tubers. Oh, yeah, that's very nice. Birdie says, I'm reading Leonard Pitts Jr. Yay! The Last Thing You Surrender and 54 Miles. I'm also going to reread Invisible Man. Okay, so you're joining the Read So Lit read along because this year the read along we're reading Invisible Man, Ralph Ellison. I'll be putting something up for that. It'll probably go up maybe tonight or tomorrow. For the schedule, if you need a schedule to help you get through the read. But yeah, so we're doing Invisible Man, and I'm really excited about it. It's a reread because I haven't read it in ages, but I'm really happy about that. Let's see. Tracy said, I think I'm going to spotlight nonfiction and historical fiction matches by Black historians and authors. Now, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. I would be interested to hear which ones you decide to pair up and read. Curly Q said, you can't lose with Matheson, ever. Amala said, reading A Place Called Maybe by McKinday. McKinday? Is it McKinday? A Place Called Maybe. I don't think I recognize that title. I have to look that one up. Bertie said, I'm trying not to overload myself because I have been reading a lot slower this year than in previous years. Yeah, which is fine, as long as you're taking it the way you need to take it for your mental state and all the rest of it. That's the most important. That's me 313 says hello, hello, welcome. What are you reading? Welcome to the chat. Says I read The Seven Daughters of Dupree next month, and my nonfiction will probably be Jane Crow. That sounds nice. Curly Q said, "Oh wow, I read Roll of Thunder when I was in fifth grade. Had to do a diorama. Okay, Raymond said Black Moses by Caleb Gale is my book club's book. Okay, for February for Black History Month. Great. Well done. Let's see. Curtis said it looks like I will be reading an equal amount of fiction and nonfiction next month. I will be reading another Ann Petrie book and also my first Imani Perry book, South to America. Excited to read. Very, very well done. Um, Kay says, I'm also reading We Don't Talk About Carol. We're getting snow again, girl, you too. Oh no. So I'll read between napping. Girl, are you going to have the boys again? Because I love your stories when you start talking about your grandsons, especially the little ones. Um, Margaret said, Dioramas, oh man, what a time. Bertie said, I'm so excited to reread Invisible Man because it hit me so hard when I read it the first time. Yeah, it's a hard hitting book if the first time you read it. So I'm wondering how I'm going to react to it a second time many years later. Um, Curly Q said, I tried Invisible Man a few years back. Maybe I'll try it again. You should try it again because I've read it before, but Michael and Tatiana have not read it before. So that's going to make for a mixed bag. When we talk about books, we just shoot it, and whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever doesn't like it, we fight sometimes, agree, whatever. But, all the other people who, decide to read it will be in the chat and, so it'll be, kind of fun and to discuss it with them. So you should read it with us and discuss it with us at the end of the month. Rosa says, I'll be staying in the nonfiction lane. Okay. Salvation, Black People and Love by Bell Hooks, starting on Monday. Okay. I haven't read any Bell Hooks either. I might need you to get me to recommend one, Rosa. Like, what would be the best place for me to start with Bell Hooks? Not having read any before. Um, Curly Q said, laugh out loud. Margaret, aging myself. Margaret said, right here, right there with you. Um, Amalola said to Tracy, can't wait to see your Rex. Yeah. T, that's me. I'm reading Sing Unburied Sing by Jasmine Ward. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm bored and interested. Okay, I'll tell you, like when I read Sing Unburied Sing, I read it when it came out, and I had a lot of like mixed feelings around it. And there was one thing in particular that I didn't like about the book. But as a whole, I thought it was like a 3.5 read. Um, the thing is, Jasmine Ward, you really have to get your mind right because when she writes, it's like she has this way. It's very, very sad, very, very depressing, and like you don't really have like I don't know. With her writing, I never really see that silver lining. Like when Morrison, even though her writing can be pretty intense and sad as well, somehow I see a silver lining in her writing. I always find Jesmyn Ward's writing, yeah, extremely depressing. I personally did not get down with the ghost. I feel like she could have done it another way, but I asked her about it when she came to Shakespeare and Co. to talk about it, and I asked her, why she was invested in doing that, and it goes a lot in with the storyline because the mom and the son can see the dead, and so that it fit with it, and it's also in her southern culture and stuff. But I feel like it's a good book, but you have to really hang on and not let the sadness of the story overtake you and make you feel like you're bored. So I say hang in there if you can. If you're really not feeling it, then you should just quit. Bertie said, I'm also hoping that my library hold for With Love from Harlem from Rashonda Tate comes in. Yeah, that one's probably got a big old long list of people who want it. Oh, okay. 313 is your area code. Girl, I don't know, but okay. All right. Amalula said, haven't pulled my independent TBR for next month yet. I have some that I'm looking at, but I'm not exactly sure. I know that I want to read one or two nonfiction, and then I'm going to be reading, of course, um, Invisible Man for Read to Lit Read Along, and then for the Read to Lit Book Club, we're reading Betsy Brown. But I don't know what else I'm going to read, so I have to figure out what nonfiction I'm going to read and what other fiction novels. I haven't really just keep pulling things and then putting them back, and so this is going to be a last minute mood reader decision, I think. Curly Q said I was trying to decide what to read for Black History Month. Leonard Pitts Jr. sounds like a winner. Oh yeah, he's definitely a winner for sure. No matter what you pick up, you're gonna be happy. Um, Tracy said thanks to Amalola. Kay said I will not be with the boys this time. I'm staying home. Oh no, because your stories were hilarious, hilarious. Raymond said to Curtis, South to America is real good. Bertie said, Kay, your stories helped me through a really bad day the other day, so I wanted to thank you for that. Bertie said the audio for Invisible Man is fantastic. Anybody who's reading the audio, Bertie, for Invisible Man? I'm interested in knowing that. Who's reading the audio for that? Kay said, I didn't like Invisible Man the first time I read it, but loved it the second time. Age, maturity, wisdom, experience makes a difference. It can, and this is one of the reasons why rereading is not a bad idea, even though I'm not a big rereader. But when I do reread, I'm often reading books that I really enjoyed the first time around. So I ain't mad about rereading it. It's been a while. So I'm kind of curious, am I going to have the same fascination with it that I had when I read it in college? I don't know. We're gonna see. Um, let's see. Amalula said Place Called Maybe is independently published by a Nigerian author here in Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, area. So far so good. Okay, that sounds great. Okay, said, oh, Birdie. Um, Curly Q says also considering 40 girl, 40 acres. Come on. Come on with the 40 acres. That book is so good. I want a movie of 40 acres. I wish they would, but it's never going to happen. But it's so, so good, 40 acres. I love, love, love Dwayne Alexander Smith. Love him. Um, Tracy says to Bertie, after you read With Love from Harlem, you should read Scott's biography by Karen Chilton. Okay, because I think I remember you recommended that before. Curtis says to Raymond, I'm definitely looking forward to reading the book. It has been on my bookshelf for almost a year now. Billy said, I haven't gotten my mind right for Jesmyn War yet. No, I know, girl, because it's hard. I can't be that sad all the damn time. I made it through Sing unburied, sing barely. I know what you mean. I know what you, because I've been saying this for a while. It's like her writing is particularly sad, and like there's no recourse. There's no silver lining. She just she just comes at you with the stuff. And it's hard to read that. Like I can't see somebody reading like four of her books in a row or something like that. I just like you gotta have the mental of like I don't know what to be able to do that. Okay, so T said, thank you, you're welcome. Margaret said, I listened to an interview with Rashonda Tate about With Love from Harlem. She had fascinating stories. Billy said, my social work mind was all over the place reading. Girl, I know it was because I'm not even a social worker, and it was. I was just like, what a horrible mom, a terrible mom. And, just there's this kind of this feeling of insecurity throughout the book. Like there's never even a moment where you feel secure. You're feeling that ride to the prison is just like and back. It's just the insecurity of it all. It's too much. It's a lot. She's a wonderful writer, but damn, it's not a happy time reading her books. Not, and it's never light. Curlicue said I was thinking of reading that too with Love from Harlem. It's on the list. Curtis said to Tracy, I will be reading Savage the Bones by Jesmyn Ward later this year. I have already read Let Us Descend. I read Let Us Descend when it came out by her last year, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. I don't think I gave it 5 stars. I think I gave it 3.5. I think maybe. I think it was 3.5 or 4. Um, yeah, but what I liked about what I liked about Let Us Descend is you can see her writing style is changing. There's something it's something is happening with her writing style with that last book, which is kind of cool to see happen. Let's see. Curlicue said, "Oof, just put With Love on hold, and I'm number two. Well, you might just get it in February." um, T, that's me, says, okay, Curtis, I will check it out. I need 5 stars because 25 was a bad book year. Thank you. Bertie said the audiobook narrator for A Visible Man is, oh, Joe Morton. Yes. Okay, I'm all in. I might have to get the audiobook and do it like do immersive reading, reading the book and listening to audio at the same time. Joe Morton is, oh my God, what he did with Juneteenth, and Juneteenth was hard to read, but boy, I would have given him an Oscar for that. So I'm excited now to hear that. Margaret said, I know these thoughts on the street. I don't have any thoughts on the street. I haven't read it yet. But what about Ray Bearer? It's YA, but if you've seen Jordan Ifuko on the socials, she's got lots of say about its relevance. So good. I haven't read The Street yet. I need to read it this year. That's my last. No, I have The Street, and then I have the short story collection. It's called Miss Muriel and Other Stories. Those are the last two books I have to finish all of Ann Petrie's work. So who knows? Maybe I'll pick up The Street next month. I'm not sure. Um, Billy said 40 acres. Fire. Yes, it is fire. It is fire. I mean, like if y'all have not read 40 acres, get that book or get the audio. Get it. Get it. So good. Brady said, I definitely will. Thank you so much. T said to Curtis, do you have any recs like Blacktop Wasteland by huh? No, it's by S.A. Cosby, not Colson Whitehead. I adore it. So you like Blacktop Wasteland? Well, why don't you read Razor Blade Tears? Um, that's if you haven't read Razor Blade Tears, you should read that. Or his latest one, read King of Ashes. Kay said Dwayne Alexander Smith also has a thriller. Yes, The Unkind Hours. Exactly, and that one is real good too. Yeah, it is real good. Bertie said PBS had a great documentary on their American Masters program about Hazel Scott that I highly recommend. Oh yeah, but PBS is ain't working anymore. Oh, it's available on PBS YouTube. Oh, okay, that's cool. Margaret said you didn't. Maybe it was just Ann. Yeah, because I was reading her last year, but I didn't get a chance to read The Street, and I didn't get a chance to read Miss Muriel and Other Stories. So in order to finish that one off, I got to read those two this year to finish off all of her writing. Um, Curly Q said, when you say something changing in her writing, yeah, of course, in a good way, absolutely in a good way. She's you can see that the way she's developing the story. The I don't know, it's the way yeah, that writing style is different. It's changing, and it's a good thing. Yeah, it's always a good thing. Most of the time, it's a good thing. When the writer is changing a little bit. Um, let's see. Margaret said, "Okay, that must be it." Yeah, that's what I was doing her last year. So, yeah. Raymond said, speaking of Jessamine Ward, she has a collection of essays coming out on May 19th. The title is On Witness and Respair. Respair. She also had one that came out a long time ago. It was called um, what was it called? It's not. It's called The Fire. It's like James Baldwin. It's not The Fire this time. It's The Fire. Oh, I can't remember. But it's an essay collection where she has different writers write, and there's a really good one in there from Honore Fannin Jeffers as well. Is in her first collection. It's real good. Um, Curly Q said Papa Pope doing audiobooks. Nice. Oh, I thought I'm late to that info. Yeah, Papa Pope, we killed it with Juneteenth, and that was not even good. And I was like, you killing this reading because without it, I would not be finishing this book. Um, did someone say thriller? Adding it now. Oh, Makita's in the house. Hey, how are you? She says, hi, I didn't know you were live. I was watching one of your videos and this came up afterwards. Oh, very nice. Thank you, YouTube. Ding. I'm on here every Friday at this time, 6 p.m. CET, which is 12 p.m. Eastern. I'm always on here with Friday Reads live. T said, my bad, Dee Dee. Curtis said to T, if you are referring to S.A. Cosby, you can read any of his books in his catalog. My personal favorite of his is Razorblade Tears. Also, I love King of Ashes. Do not read My Darkest Prayer. It is not good. Okay. That was his first book. Just skip that one and read any of the other ones. The Fire This Time. That's what it was. That one is real good too. There's some really, really good essays in there, but it came out a long while ago. Um, there's some really, really interesting essays in there. If you haven't read The Fire This Time, definitely read that one. She said, my bad, Dee. I got too many titles, getting authors mixed up. Plus, I got back reading again. Forgive me. No, no problem. It happened. It happens to me. I can't remember some shit sometimes either. Um, T That's Me says Razor Blade Tears seems boring. Maybe I'm. No! Come on now. Come on now. Razor Blade Tears is not boring. That one is real good. It's real good, that one. I say go ahead and try it out first. I'm a little said I like you liked it. I did not like it. It's really not one of his best. And he even said it when I had breakfast with him. He said, "Oh my God, My Darkest Prayer is not my best book. It was the one where I tried to imitate some of my favorite writers. It's not my best work." He said it. I didn't say it for him. I said it. I said it here, and everybody said I was tripping. And then he said it. So I'm gonna believe the man when he says what he says. Okay. So, well, well, that's fine. You know, you can like it. I ain't saying you get you gotta you cannot not like it. Like it, girl. I don't like it. I'm not recommending it. That's all I'm saying. Um, Curtis of the T. That's me. Bypass that sample. You need to read Razor Blade Tears, girl. There you go. Kay said to T, that's me. We're moving you to the back of the class today for that comment. Laugh out loud. Oh my God, y'all are so funny today. Tracy said S.A. Cosby's first book was actually The Brotherhood of the Blade. It's a different genre. It's fantasy. Yeah, no, we ain't talking about that though. I'm talking about his first thriller, which is what he was, wanting to write. I'm talking about that one. I ain't talking about the other one. Um, Rosa said, I adore Ann Petry's work. I hope to read Miss Muir and Other Stories this year. It's the only one I have left to read. See, there you go. I got two to read though. So I might read some Ann Petry next month. Why not? Why not? Read that Ann Petry. Let's see. Readers Gotta Read said my favorite so far is Blacktop Wasteland. There is a short story with Bug as a young person in a mystery short story collection. Okay. I did like Blacktop Wasteland. I still have to read though All the Sinners Bleed and King of Ashes. But if I have to choose which Blacktop Wasteland and Razorblade Tears, I would choose Razorblade Tears. Although Beauregard is a good character. Um, Curly Q said, I love Beauregard, and so does S.A. Cosby. Beauregard, he loves Beauregard because I feel like what he said was that he based it off of some of the strong men in his family. So he put a lot of characteristics of people that he knows into Beauregard. Um, He That's Me says, thank you, Curtis. Yes, I go by Audible samples. Sue me. I'm just back, y'all. Y'all just found my favorite genre. I'm new. Yeah, but it's not a problem. Keep coming back. You ain't gonna be new anymore. You're gonna be one of the gang. Mm. Okay. Um, Kay said to the T, that's me. Have you read Bluebird? You might like that one. Yeah, that one is good too. That's what is that? The highway, what do they call it? The highway 59? Is it 59 or 54? I don't remember. One of them highways. But I like that trilogy. I still have to read the last one though. His mama in that book. Wow, his mama is something else, man. That character. Curly said, "Oh, I finished *The Travelers* by Regina Porter. I enjoyed it. Okay, very nice. It reads like a collection of short stories, but I liked it. Okay, so is it technically a collection of short stories, or is it linked short stories? Because they kind of make a difference between the two, even though for me it's the same. But are they linked? Because that I'd be interested to hear about that." Tracy said, "I wonder what made him switch genres. I'm so glad he decided to write thrillers. I think that's what he always wanted to write. That was what he said when we had breakfast with him, is that he's always wanted to write, thrillers and mysteries and stuff like that. So his first one is based off of some of the greats that he really likes to read. Hey, thank you, DL. It is 59, so I will second time. I don't know why I'm when I have to think of what the name of that series is, I go Highway 50 something. I don't remember what it is. 59. 59. Let's get it in the head. Curly Q said it was very different. At times it was all over the place, but overall I liked it. Okay. T, that's me, says to K, thank you for the recommend. No, I did not. It's by Attica Locke. Yes, very good. Yeah, definitely check that one out. It's good. Oh, and also check out Blanche on the Lamb. You got to read Blanche on the Lamb. That's a four-part series about Blanche White, a black maid, always solving somebody's, crime, mystery. She always, people think that she's, that she doesn't know what's going on, and girl, she be solving the mysteries. Blanche on the Lamb. Let's see. We just got to read, says you have to read the third book to understand his mama. Who child, his mama. Yes, I need to read that third book. But the end of the first book, I was like, this woman right here. And the second one was like, oh, here she go again. So it was like the third one, gotta explain something. So that tells me I need the third one real soon. Margaret said, I finally read Blackwater Rising. That one is good too. And thought it was really good. Got another one by her out off my shelf already. Okay. Curly Q said it is definitely not short story. Oh, okay. They're very linked, and sometimes you gotta find the link deep in the story. So it took work in places. Okay, so it's like a linked short story thing. Yes, Blanche on the Lamb, and that's by Barbara Neely is her name. Barbara Neely. Blanche on the Lamb. No, not lamb like that, like Blanche on the Lamb, like when you run off somewhere. Uh, Barbara, I think it's like this. Her last name. It's like that. Um, let's see. Curtis said to Margaret, I read Blackwater Rising last year and it was pretty good. I will be reading Pleasantville sometime this year by Attica. Yeah, I have not finished either. That's the second part, and I haven't read that. I need to read Pleasantville as well. Margaret said, nice. My next one is Cutting Season. That one is real good. That was the first one I read from her. I usually like historical tie-ins, so accept expect it to be intense and good. The thing is, that book is creepy in places. Like it was like, oh, it gave me the yeah, it gave me the heebie-jeebies in places. I liked it. I thought it was good. Tracy said, I've read the first two in the Highway 59 series. I need to read. Yeah, I need to read Guide Me Home as well. Um, T That's Me says, wait, something S.A. Cosby books are series. I don't know what this word is. Um, Curly Q said, no T, not yet. Curtis says to T That's Me, no, his books are standalones. Okay. All right. Curly Q said, I saw him on a tour before and he mentioned having a follow up to Beauregard's story at some point because I point blank asked. Yeah. Curly Q said, wait, something can't type it into Storygraph quick enough. Um, Girl is AAV. I don't know what it is. When I wrote lamb, I was like, no, I don't mean that lamb. I mean lamb, the other one. Um, Margaret said, oh, so is cutting season closer to the reformatory? I don't know. I haven't read the reformatory. They're not about, well, I think the reformatory is about something completely different. The cutting season is about a plantation that's owned by this family, and next to the plantation is some kind of plant, I think it's like supposed to be like it's supposed to be a thing that treats a place that treats sugarcane or something. But that's all I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing else. Now I don't know about the reformatory, but what I like is in the cutting season, it has atmosphere, like mad atmosphere. It's so good. So good. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. All right. I was like, what? Because I was like, what am I reading? Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Rita's Gotta Read said the cutting season was creepy. Yes, you see? Kind of gothic with the buildings and two timelines. It's good. And I mean, there's some scenes that are really, really creepy because you can actually imagine the thing and you're like, hell to the no, I would never do that. Well, already, I would never live on a plantation. But anyway. I do not like gothic. Let me remove that. Oh, no, come on now. It's good. It's good. I hope so. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be saying crazy shit up here. I don't know. Margaret said, but in the field, like the dread is real and gives that creepy feeling. No, it's not like that because I don't do horror and stuff like that, but it's creepy and it's good creepy. Let's just put it that way. Tracy said I slept with the lights on for a couple of days after. Oh no, come on now. Come on now. No, no. It wasn't giving me creepy to the point where I'm sleeping with the lights on. It wasn't that bad. It was good though. Curly Q said I do that with talking about. Okay, yeah, and like I'm out because I don't know what that shit is, girl. Curly Q said, "Whoa, Tracy's a scaredy cat. She's worse than me." Uh, T that's me says Curly Q gets me laugh out loud. Let me stop. Um, Tracy said to Curly Q, you should still read it. Yeah, I feel like you should read it. You're gonna like it. Curly Q said, but if I can read Jigsaw Man by Nadine Matheson, I might be good. Well, of course you're gonna be good. I'm sure it's not nearly as bad as that. And I haven't read Nadine Matheson, but I mean this is Attica Locke. I mean, yeah. It's the feeling that she manages to bring out. Readers Gotta Read says, I said gothic, but no castle or a ghost. That is all I would say. Exactly. There's a plantation though. There's that. That's enough. Oh, Curly Q said, I read Mexican Gothic and was scared. Now I would never read Mexican Gothic. Now this ain't no Mexican Gothic, okay? This is Attica Locke, y'all. Tracy said, "Leave me alone, Dee." Girl. If you had to sleep with the lights on after reading the cutting season, yeah, you a scaredy cat, girl. You worse than me. Um, Curly Q said that book gave me Achilles. Yeah, I bet it did. But people loved it because they really like that stuff. Margaret said the tension, good author. Yeah. Amalua said, I love Jigsaw Man, body parts. See, no, we ain't doing all that in the cutting season. It ain't that bad. It's body parts scattered around London. Here we go. No, 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 no. Nah, nah, yeah, that would have me sleeping with the lights on, but not the cutting season. No, it ain't that bad. It ain't even close. You're gonna be like, oh, what is this? But it just has. She knows how to get that feeling. The fact that you're on a plantation and you're on that plantation day and night. And with all the ways I feel about plantations, I would not want to be living on one. Let's just put it that way. I would not want to be living on one. And the main character lives in one of the upstairs, like the floors of the plantation. And this plantation still has slave little slave huts all over the place. It's huge property, and she is the manager of that plantation. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Curly Q said Hunley got them body parts and that case covered no matter how jacked her personal life is. Oh my God. Amalula said cutting season was giving House of Urzuli. I know. I think House of Urzuli was worse. It was even spookier because House of Erzuli, she really brought out that, that voodoo stuff, and this the ghost and the all that mess. That was spooky too, but in a different kind of good. Don't get me wrong, it was good though. I was feeling it. It was good. Margaret said, "I can't concentrate when you're all being so interesting." T. That's me says, "Seems cool." Omar says, "But with less ghost." Yeah. Curly Q said, "Oh Lord." Oh my God. Look, I say go ahead and read the cutting season. I think you're gonna really like it. Attica Locke she's a really good writer, and she knows how to how to tell a story. She knows how to bring that ambiance. She brings it real well. Um, Amalo said, "I still remember the ending of that book. Which one you talking about? The cutting season?" No, Kim, the crafty nomad, sorry, says, "Oh my, I have heard from friends who have been on plantations that you can feel that horrible energy. You can, from what happened in the past. I want nothing to do with plantations. Yeah, like when you go to when you if you go and you visit a plantation, you can feel that energy, and it you can feel it once you arrive on the property, and you feel it when if you go through a visit, you'll see places where the steps are worn down from the slaves walking up and down this tiny staircase that's going like this. You can see the steps are worn down on the end where they've been going up and down with trays and all kinds of stuff. All of it is it's it gives you a really bad feeling, a sickly feeling. And it's something that I don't understand how people can get married on a plant, have like a wedding reception on a plantation. Whenever they started doing that, I just was like, why are they doing that? I don't get it. Um, let's see. Tracy said, "Listen, the House of Razuli." Now, the House of Razuli, I can see that making you stay up with the lights on. Although I was all right. I was all right. I dealt with it okay. Amala said, "Now that I think of it, I don't mind the Gothic books. The end of House of Razuli, it was nuts. Yeah, it was nuts. But that book was nuts. I mean, it was good, but it was nuts. I kind of wish I could have gotten the author to come because yeah, that could have made us understand some parts a little better if the author was there to explain some things." Tracy said, "Yes, it's heavy, heartbreaking, and sickening." T, that's me, said, "What? Who do that? Girl, come on now. I live in Louisiana. That's a big thing. People have their wedding receptions and their weddings on plantation grounds. That's a southern thing. I mean, it is what it is, but I ain't doing it." Kim the Crafty Nomad says, "I know someone who went to a wedding on one of them. Does not compute. No, it don't compute for me either. That's like something I will never, never, never understand. We'll never understand it. So that's why you got to read the cutting season. Read the cutting season. Read the cutting season, y'all. So yeah. But anyway, I have to skedaddle off of here. This has been a good 1 hour of Chachin over what we next month. Um, out, like I said, keep abreast of the videos that'll be coming out live with Raymond on the 13th. Can't wait, talking nonfiction and biographies. So don't miss that Friday reads. Wait, let's see. I'm missing some people. Bertie said, "I was invited to a wedding that was put on a plantation." And I was like, "You're telling me a lot about you." And I declined and I stopped talking to those people. Girl. The cutting season was amazing. Yeah, I thought it was real good too. That was the first read for me from Attica Locke. Curly Q said, "I gotta cut out. Y'all have a great Friday and a better weekend." Yes, you too, girl. Thanks for coming. T. Smith says, "Really, wow. I always wanted to go to Louisiana. I don't know the culture." Well, you should go. It's a great It's a great state with a very mixed culture. Curly Q said, so glad I was able to make it. I am too, because she said, I don't know if I can make it, but I'm bye, y'all. Curtis said, have a great weekend. Rosa said, don't forget to push the like button. Thank you so much, Rosa. Thanks everybody for coming. I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.